Hello everyone, welcome to today's video in which we're going to do some perspective. So this perspective class or lesson is mainly supposed to show you how to approach perspective and what you can use it for. For instance, let's say you wanted to draw, I will really go through a practical example. Let's say you wanted to draw a pillar for a background, for instance, and you wanted it to be located at a certain place and to have a certain perspective. So let's say we have our horizon line here and we have our vanishing points right there. This one is a little bit wonky. Dang it. Actually, I'll just take this one again and have it cleaner. So we have our vanishing points, 1, 2. We would like our pillar to be located around this area. So let's draw just a line. First vanishing point, which is this one, the pillar will go through here. The perspective will go through here to here, and this one like this. We want the base to be this long, the base of the pillar to be this high or long, and we converge this point as well. Because the base will be kind of square-ish, let's put a line here, straight line. In Clip Studio Paint, if you choose this figure tab, you can draw basically straight lines. And if you hold shift, it will go either straight or left, right. I think it can also, yeah, or 45 degrees. These are the different options. So we have line number 1 and line number 2. For line number 1, number 2 actually, let's converge it into the vanishing point. Oh, that's wrong. Let's take from the vanishing point to line number 2. Same with here. From the vanishing point to line number 3, and we do the same thing for the bottom part. Bottom part, vanishing point, bottom part, and these two lines should connect. Actually, should connect like that. So now we have the base of our cube or pillar, which looks like a cube. If I was to draw on top of it, you will see that it's a perfect cube drawn in perspective. You can see a nice cube drawn in perspective. But that's not the goal of this one. What we are trying to do is to have a pillar. After doing the perspective of the base, we can go on and try to separate elements. Yeah, let's also delete this one. For instance, I want to show you the proper method of doing the halfway point of a cube, or in this case, one of the faces of the cube. You draw these crossing lines from one corner to another, one corner to another, and then you do a middle line, straight line through the middle. Afterwards, what I want to do is have a line that is kind of like this inside the cube, but I would like to show you how to do it properly with construction and all that yada yada. So we separate the middle point. Now we have this much, but you can notice that this, if we do a pillar with the midway this large, it's not good. It doesn't fit well. So I would like to make it even smaller than this. Right, it's you. Yeah, it's you. Okay, I would like to separate further so that this right here will be how thick the, the actual pillar will be. I will do the same thing on the other side. So I can either do this same thing or I can project this on the other side. But let's do the same thing on the other side so that it refreshes in your memory. Here and here, we take the midpoint, project up, and then we can just do this. We have the other point. We do one here, actually. Let's do it still here. Now it has to converge to the vanishing point as well. Vanishing point here. Vanishing point here. Now this is how thick the upper pillar will be. We do the same thing here. 1, 2, straight line up and down. We separate more. 1, 2, straight line up, straight line down. We separate more. 1, 2, straight line up, and we have it. This one, if we converge it to the horizon line or to the vanishing point instead, we will get this. You can see we have this small section right here. So let's increase the opacity, not too much. Yeah, just about this much. So we have this cross section here and this cross section here. We also need one on the other side. We do the same thing. Cut in half. Again. And we project upwards. We get this one, which will also send to the vanishing point. But before that, let's see. It was not done properly. Let's... Come on. Okay. Here and down. 1, 2. Project upward. From here, I just... So tiny. Take this line to the vanishing point, and we get the proper cube. So from here, what I can do is just... Let's take another color, like red, and this one again. Pull it up 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. We don't really need the back view because it will be hidden anyways. Okay. Alright, this is not too bad. Now I can draw a line here and another line to the other vanishing point. We have our lovely little pillar. Let's make it a bit taller. Right now it's a tiny little pillar. 1, 2. Okay, the pillar is done. What we can do now is reduce a little bit more this opacity and actually draw the pillar. Let's start with the base. For the when you draw a pillar like this, you should think about line weight specifically, because not specifically, but quite important, because it will show which areas are at the front and which areas are at the back. It will make it quite more obvious, and you will see it in this little demo. Let's say it's a bit broken on one side. and we close it. Okay, we do the same thing for the bottom here. And here. Rolling it on the side. It's much easier to have, if you want to draw long lines, to have it around 25-35 degrees bent or slanted. It makes your hand move more naturally. Let's destroy it a bit on this corner. Okay, so now let's hide the construction line and look at that. You have your pillar. You can add a little bit of details just to make it more pleasing to the eye. Let's say this pillar belonged to an older civilization and it had some inscriptions on it. When you will draw those decorative elements, make sure to always follow, if they are straight line, make sure to follow to make them parallel to these to the bottom or to one of the sides that is in the correct perspective, because I hid the construction, the perspective lines, I hid them. Now we have to follow good perspective for it to not feel off, or else if someone looks at the pillar, they will notice that the perspective of the pillar is nice. However, why are the details of perspective this much? And we can put some details like this. Because why not? Ooh. Something feels wrong. Yeah. Why is it so tiny? And we can have a little bit of hatching, just to make it obvious that these are decorative elements. This one is too big, but yeah, it's just for demo. When you will do it, of course, you should do it a little bit cleaner. Yeah, a lovely little pillar and some details here. Let's put some lines just to make it as if these propagate to the other side, and let's add some decay to the pillar. Okay, same with here. and here. And obviously, once you can do something like this, you can draw whatever you want in perspective. You can, let's say you wanted to have this pillar mirrored somewhere around here. And let's say you chose this point right here. Let's say this point here is your mirror point. What you will do is have the center line of this, which is here, project it right here, have this point. The correct way to get this point is by using, of course, the vanishing point. Like this, you take the line that goes here, you bring it to the vanishing point. Now you have your point, which is here. Let's hide the drawing, and then you take this point. Let's say you wanted to mirror it here. You would mirror it like this. And this point right here, afterwards, you draw a line, you get this point. This point right here, mirrored here. This point, it will be mirrored right here. If you draw a straight line, you get this. Okay. Now, from here, you get as well the mirror of this. Oh. This point mirrored will be around here. And this point mirrored will be about here. And if you draw a straight line, it should be, yeah, around, somewhere around here or here. The difference is really tiny. It's just based on how thick you drew the line and how accurately you drew them. So we can have a little liberty with that. Let's make the brush a bit smaller and erase this. Now we have the face of, what is it, light color? Okay, and I want red. Okay. So now we have this as the mirror of this one. If we mirror it from here, we will get a pillar right about here. And from here, of course, we can just vanishing point. Vanishing point. Okay, let's take a blue line instead, because it's getting a little bit confusing. Vanishing point. Vanishing point 1. Okay, now vanishing point 2 and vanishing point 3. All right, from here we can draw a straight line, and actually no, from here we draw a straight line, and from here we draw a straight line, and we get our mirrored pillar. Let's draw on top of it real quick. Okay. Ooh, not you. Yeah. And if we hide this, you'll see this technically is a perfect mirror. I mean, this one is a perfect mirror of this smaller part because of the way I mirrored it properly using perspective. So If you have any question, of course, feel free to ask them in the comments below. Just to make it feel more like a rock. Okay, so this concludes our little demo of perspective. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any question like I mentioned earlier, feel free to ask them in the comment. And see you for the next video, which, let's see, what can it be about? Maybe drawing some environment, like an entire small environment, but in perspective. See you then. Cheers.